Forward. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary Preenon. I'm the Director of Communications here at the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. Thank you all for joining us this morning. And we are back with our friend, Alex Montalente. Alex, of course, is one of the owners of Real Grader, and he is our social media guru. And today he is going to tell us all about real estate influencers. We've all heard about like influencers and how they are getting people to follow them and getting a lot of money and be successful. So Alex is going to tell us how to do that. So Alex, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So first, I just want to start by getting to know people. Let me know in the chat, are you a broker? Are you an agent? And what brokerage you're with? Just so we get a sense of who's in the room. Because the goals for brokers, recruiting brokers is very different than from agents when it comes to real estate influence. If you're an agent, if you're part of a team, let me know too. So we got Grace, salesperson, Thomas, agent, Kiva, agent, Tim, associate broker, Howard Han, realty, awesome. Agent at Sotheby's, agent. All right, awesome, mostly agents on here. Perfect. And we got one, I'm a broker with One New York Realty. Awesome. And Josh from my team is also on the call. He's the one wearing the Real Grader hat and the glasses, kind of looks like Tom Ferry. That's the guy right now. He's out in Salt Lake City for an exit event, actually.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's 17 degrees here and snowed last night. So I feel your pain. I live in Florida as well, but I'm bearing the cold right now.
There you go. All right, I'm going to share my screen here. Give me 1 second. All right, sweet. So first thing I'll ask, put in the chat, who do you think is a real estate influencer? Like who's somebody that you look at like, wow, that person's a real estate influencer. I'd love to get some names. We're actually creating what we call the real estate influencer list, which is the top 100 real estate influencers. We're measuring their results. Like what is their reach? How many Instagram followers do they have? How many TikTok followers do they have? How many YouTube subscribers do they have? We're measuring all that to compose a list of the top 100. So I'd love to hear your nominations for who should be on that list in the chat. Yeah, Ryan Serhan is on there. Funny, I just had a podcast yesterday with Ivan Estrada and the day before that with the CTO of Serhan, which is Ryan Coyne, good buddy of mine. He works with Ryan Serhan. Ryan Serhan's a client of ours too. And just for you, Mary, they just launched the Universe, which is Serhan's version of the metaverse. I can hook you up if you want to interview him as well. Sweet, Ryan Serhan. Grant Cardone, another big influencer. I'm actually just made an offer to Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone to be part of our company. I was in a pitch contest. They put me on their show. They have like a Shark Tank style show. And I actually made it all the way through, which is pretty cool. So I got to the offer part and now I'm waiting Monday to see what the results are. I'll let you all know, but it should be pretty exciting. And that's what real estate influencers do, right? Like they get a lot of reach where everybody knows their name. Like you're listing these names and it's because like you've seen them somewhere. You've seen them on Facebook. You've seen them on Instagram. You've seen them on TV, right? You've seen them on magazines. That's called diversified influence. Right. And for a lot of us, we're not at that place yet. Like I'm not at that place yet. I don't have a book and I'm not on TV. Right. But I am on Instagram and I am on Facebook and I am here and I am there. That diversified influence starts to spread over time. As you master your different areas of marketing, you start to take on new areas of marketing, right? Based on your expansion. So Grant Cardone is like everywhere. You know, the guy's got the 10X conference. He's got this, he's got that. Ryan Serhan is everywhere. Gary Ashton, who I also interviewed, #1 RE/MAX team in the world. And what's really cool is I have a lot of this information fresh in my head. What made these influencers influencers? Because I spent a whole hour interviewing them. And I'll give you a little background on my story. So this is my mom. She's a retired realtor. She's how I got in the business. She's from Romania. I just had dinner with her last night, actually. It was pretty cool. We were talking about the old days. This is the house we used to live in, and this didn't come easy. Okay, there's a big house, lots of taxes, but my mom came to America with $0. She escaped Romania, left her house, her family left her house. My grandfather was put in the prison system during communism. 1968, she shows up at the JFK airport with nothing, just her and her mom, while my grandfather was still in prison. And they were given $1 at the airport, and they said, all right, time to start over. She worked in the Queens in the Staples factory, doing like swing line staples, and saved up enough money to put a down payment on a property in Queens, started doing a rental out of it. Then another one, got into the rental business, got into residential real estate, eventually saved up enough money to put a down payment on this property, rented that property out until she could afford to live in it. And then she retired off it. So she really went from like zero to retired through real estate. And she dragged me into the business literally in 1999 when I came home from college, because she's like, Alex, I'm a single mom. I got to pay the mortgage. I need help. This internet thing, I don't get it. I hate continuing education classes, so I'm not going to go learn about MLS. You need to help me put the listings in the MLS. So I started putting the listings in the MLS for her. I went and got my real estate license. And then I started doing digital marketing for her back in the day, like 1999. So I was like, oh, let me get this property out for you, Mom. We'll find a buyer for it. And that's where it hit me, like diversified marketing and diversified influence, very similar things. My mom had this commercial property, multi-million-dollar property. She's like, I'll never sell this thing, but the owner loves me, so I'll list it. And she listed it, and I said, Mom, let's market this thing like crazy. Let's see where we can put it. We put it out in all these other places, diversified the marketing, and she landed a buyer. It was an $80,000 commission check. It paid the mortgage for years. And I was like, oh, damn, there's a lot of money in real estate. So instead of doing my license, I started helping with technology. But what I learned in that moment is like, you don't know where your buyer is going to come from. Like really, like, do you know right now where your buyer is going to come from for your property? Is it going to come from Facebook? I don't know. It could. Is it going to come from Zillow? Maybe. Is it going to come from realtor.com? I don't know. Right. But you have to put it everywhere, and then it comes in somewhere. Right. That's why we do diversified marketing. So for a lot of you, this conversation about real estate influencer is like a conversation about diversity and like diversified marketing. How do we get you everywhere so you're seen everywhere, your properties are seen everywhere? And what I'm going to show next is like, back in the day, I was the solo entrepreneur that like built real estate technology companies by myself with like 1 or 2 people. And what I realized is I can't do it by myself. And my mom couldn't do it by herself either. She needed my help, and then I helped her friends, etc. And what I want to just instill on you all is like, think about how if you got help, how much more your business would grow. Whether it's a virtual assistant, whether it's your son or daughter, whether it's a marketing company, whatever it is, but that would increase your exposure, right? And these people don't do it alone. This is now my team. I have 27 people on my team. 3 years ago, there was just 2 of us, right? Our company is like tripled. Mary's watched the journey. It's been crazy. So you're here, right? And there's this whole future ahead, and you want to be a real estate influence. How many people like have a hope to be a real estate influencer, or at least increase your influence, like increase your diversified influence so that you get more exposure? Who wants like more exposure for their properties, more exposure for you, more exposure for your clients? Let me know in the chat. That's really what we're talking about here. So when we look at that, what's the journey like? Ivan Estrada is a real estate influencer now. And what does that look like? Well, he's mastered Facebook, he's mastered Instagram, he's mastered LinkedIn, he's mastered his contact database, he's doing text marketing, email marketing. He launched a book. Now he's in every airport. What do you think that does for him getting a listing? Right? Like, I'm a best-selling author. He also launched a course on video, right? Because he's not just a realtor. Now he's like contributing back. And that's like what it looks like at the end. And I know we're all like, even me, I'm here. and I'm looking at it like I want to get to Grant Cardone status or Ryan Serhant status, right? So you look at the Altman brothers, another one that's like an influencer. You look at Serhant, another one that's like an influencer. These people don't do this stuff alone, just so you're clear. Diversified influence means you're on all platforms. Maybe you're on Google with Google reviews and you've got a strong online reputation. You're on Facebook and you have 5,000 connections. You're on Zillow with a ton of reviews. You're on YouTube. You're on homes.com. You're on LinkedIn. You're on realtor.com. You got courses, you got books, you got seminars, you're doing mailings. It's all of it, right? Like, to be a real estate influencer, you really have to think diversified influence. And I get on calls with realtors all the time. And the biggest thing I get is that you haven't built your contact database yet. So you can't actually reach out and get that influence. And I'm going to give you all a trick right now, really simple. And it was a big wake up call for one of my clients. She's like, I was like, how many people in your database? In fact, let me know in the chat, how many people in your database right now? She was like, I have 30. And I was like, that's it? 30 people in your database and you're doing 10 deals a year? That's amazing. Like, how are you doing 10 deals a year with just 30 people in your database? She's like, I just keep in touch with them all the time. Like, I'm just all over them, right? And she's not even using social. And I go, well, imagine you reached more people. How much more business could you do? She's like, yeah, I want to double my business. Then you need to at least double your database. Right? So she's like, well, where do I find them? I'm like, she's like, I put them in the MLS, but that's it. I go, well, who are you connected with on social? Go to your Gmail and export all your contacts. Listen to this one, everybody. Go to your Gmail and export your contacts. If you're using Gmail, go to your Yahoo and export your contact. Go to your mail server and export your contact. Everybody you've ever emailed needs to be in your database. Does that make sense? Anybody that you've ever emailed needs to be in your database. And now you've got a database. And she said, I have 500 people in my Gmail. I have a 500 person database now. I was like, that's amazing because we can now reach all these people on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, through email, through text marketing, through postcards, right? We just got to get their addresses. Does that make sense? How many people are going to take that on to go look for how you can expand your database? Because I'm telling you, that's at the source of it for a lot of you. Awesome. So beyond all that, some people are even getting on TikTok, right? And I mean, look at Ryan Serhant. I saw when Ryan Serhant first joined TikTok last year, he had no followers, right? In 1 year, 314,000. This is a place you can grow pretty quickly. Now, I know not everybody's going to get on TikTok. I can't dance either, but it's just another place to be. I interviewed Gary Ashton and I said, man, like, you're everywhere. #1 RE/MAX team in the world. How did you do it? And he's like, I didn't. It's like everybody else did. It's like, I didn't focus on that. I just delegated it. I just said, I need to be everywhere. He declared, I need to be everywhere, and then he made it happen. Now, I know that sounds easy when you have a team, right? But it's like little by little. What can you delegate? What can you get done? Tristan Ahumado, who's on our podcast, he's the #1, he's the CEO of Lab Coat Agents. If you have not joined Lab Coat Agents, the Facebook group, absolutely join that. You will get daily inspiration. You will learn about the best technologies. There's 140,000 agents in that group. It's the biggest Facebook group. That's Lab Coat Agents. How many people join that? Let me know in the chat. And Peter Hernandez, CEO of Douglas Elliman for the West Coast, president of the Western region for Douglas Elliman. He sold his company to Douglas Elliman. He built up a big company. I want to play one video from him just because I want you all to get that it's a declaration, like you deciding that you're going to get diversified influence, you deciding that you're going to go big this year is something that you have to say if you want to go there, right? So I'm going to play this video real quick. Do you see my video, Josh and everybody? Let me know if you hear the audio.
We want to provide a lot of value to the agents.
Audio good?
That want to become successful influencers in the industry. I mean, who doesn't want to be in the top 1% of realtors? Who doesn't want to be a top real estate influencer on social media?
There were some voracious, competitors in the marketplace. People were starting to, it was just really, the recruiting environment was changing. It was getting really radical. So we were at this mindset of like, well, we have to go two ways. We're either going to hunker down, trim expenses, and try to ride this thing through, or hey, we're going to go big. Right. We're going to go raise some serious capital and go big and just, see how big we can take this. And it was at that point in time in our decision making that Douglas Elliman came along. Well, every overnight success, Alex, is 10 years. You know that. It took me 10 years to be a good agent. It took me 10 years, in management. So it seems like Telus was 10 years. 10 years seems to be the magic number for me. Yeah, and if you talk to anybody, it says, like you sound like, oh yeah, everyone thinks I'm an overnight success, but it took me 10 years to be an overnight success. And you hear it, that's the quote.
And we want to provide a lot of.
So yeah, I mean, that's Peter Hernandez. He sold his company to Douglas Elliman, one of the biggest acquisitions in real estate. And what I'm sharing there is like, this stuff takes time. He said it well, like every overnight success story takes 10 years. Ryan Serhant didn't become an influencer overnight, right? Ivan Estrada didn't become an influencer overnight. Even if you read the story of Gary Ashton, it was years before he became #1 RE/MAX team in the world. So it's a building process, right? But it's about diversified influence. That's the biggest thing that I've learned from all of them, interviewing them, is that they diversified their influence and they kind of all followed this, the 3 pillars of success. The 3 pillars of success. Anybody want to guess what the 3 pillars of success are? Put them in the chat if you've heard this. If you read the book, The Road Less Stupid, every influencer I interviewed had this in place. So this tells you this is like good, valuable way to grow. Let me know in the chat if you have any ideas. But the 3 pillars of success is outcomes, actions, and accountability. Declaring your outcome, right? Ryan Serhant declared that he was going to become a real estate influencer. What are you declaring this year? Have you owned the outcome? So I'm going to offer some outcome ideas to you because I've actually looked at every influencer's statistics. And I've also looked at the average realtor who does about 10 to 20 deals a year, right? Average realtor who's successful does about 10 to 20 deals a year. So a database of 5,000 contacts could be an outcome you're creating for this year. Getting 25 Google reviews. Why I say 25? Because 25 is really what makes it valuable. Having 1 or 2 doesn't do the trick. Instagram, having 1,000 followers for a lot of you, because most of you are probably at the 200 range. And let me know if that's true, but I know because I look at the analytics. Instagram, 1,000 followers. Facebook, having 5,000 friends should really be your goal. And I know that sounds big. And forget the whole business-like thing. It's about personal connections. You know what the biggest thing people are longing for right now in the world? Can anybody guess? What's missing in the world right now that people are longing for? Any guess in the chat? Connecting, social connections. Yes, human connection is missing. They've actually done studies on all this, the effects of Zoom, right? We're on a Zoom call. The effects of Zoom, and that's why I tell you all to turn on your video, is because we've lost human connection. We're looking at a bunch of screens. Guess what? Social media is an opportunity to start connecting virtually, but then physically as well, right? Because if you're in their lives on social, you can get in their lives and get invited to their houses. What's your opinion on personal versus business page? You need both. However, I'm going to put a heavy emphasis, and this is changing from the past, on your personal Facebook page. Make your personal connections. Right now, the world needs human connection. They need personal connections. Yes, I'd rather go to a party with all of you and go eat bagels. Absolutely. When that happens, I'm all for it. And in the meanwhile, let's really connect with people the best we can. But if they're not in your database, you're definitely not connecting with them, right? To start with. So personal connections on Facebook, LinkedIn connections, shoot for 2,500 connections. And I know these are big targets, but I'm not even saying these should be your targets. I'm just giving you ideas. I'd actually like you all to look at this list and claim an outcome for yourself. What do you want this year to do for you? Are you going to have this year, I'm going to double my income? Is it going to be I double my GCI? Is it going to be I'm going to own getting 1,000 followers, or I'm going to go from 200 followers to 250 followers? Or am I going to get 10 videos up on YouTube this year? I'm giving you benchmarks based on what I see the industry average is and where you all need to be if you want to be in the 10 to 20 transaction range, which is probably where a lot of you either are or want to be, right? Am I pretty accurate there? I do a lot of analysis on this. So set something for yourself. I'd love to just take a moment, put it in the chat, because I'm a big believer that once you say it or declare it, it will happen. Can't put a time on it yet, but it'll happen. Awesome. Kim says a database of 2,000. I like that. Awesome, Kim. And check all your email sources for that. See where you can download people. Who else? Noreen says 25 Google reviews. Renee says 25 Google reviews. Absolutely. Google reputation is way more powerful than Zillow reputation right now. If you're still doing the Zillow review thing, you missed the boat. That boat already sailed. It's long gone. Now it's all about Google reviews. Instagram, 1,000 followers for Amanda. Awesome. And Amanda, to get more Instagram follows, follow your people. Connect your phone. There's a tool called Discover People on Instagram that connects your people. Derek says, I started all these social media platforms and I'm going to keep building them. Awesome, Derek. Give me a number. What are you going to build them to? Steven, strong YouTube, 100K subscribers. That's bold, Steven. I love that. Kim, Google 25 reviews, TikTok account, LinkedIn 1,000, Instagram 1,000, YouTube 10 videos, Linda 10 videos. Beautiful. And keep in mind, these videos don't have to be your face. The videos could be you talking about a neighborhood. The videos could be you talking about a house. It could be a market report. Awesome. People are declaring some stuff. I love it. All right. Make it an epic year. Like when you make these declarations, like I'm making it an epic year. I'll be straight up honest with you. We did 1.4 million last year. I'm shooting for 3.8 million. Right? I'm making it an epic year. Josh knows what we're up to. We have partnerships in place with Miami Association, Hudson Gateway Association. We just signed with KW, Berkshire Hathaway, Rheology. And these were all declarations. I just declared it was going to happen. I did not know how. And it actually happened a lot faster than I thought. So, you know, I don't know how many of you believe in this stuff. This isn't voodoo. You're actually declaring your future. You do this all the time. I'm going to be a realtor. And then you became a realtor. I'm going to get that first listing. And then you got that first listing. All right, so this guy declared, I'm going to be #1 Remax team in the world. And then he became #1 Remax team in the world. Whatever it is that you have to leverage it. You work at Howard Hanna, that's a big company. Put that in your marketing. You work at Douglas Elliman, they work with the biggest influencers in the country. Put that in your marketing. Even if it's not you, but you work at that company, leverage that in your marketing. Because until you have that influence, you have to leverage the influence of what you have. Why did you join KW? Because it's the #1 company. Why did you join Remax? Because their branding is amazing. Why did you join Coldwell Banker? Put that in your marketing, everybody. It's the biggest thing I see. I'm like, I can't believe they're not leveraging this. Why did you join the biggest company in the world if you're not going to leverage it? Right? Make sense? Pillar success #2, take the actions. It's not just enough to say, I'm going to do it, but like actually go and do it. So when it comes to your online reputation, building your credibility, building your influence, it's on Google, #1. It's on Zillow too, but don't focus as much on that. Homes.com, you can get endorsements. Realtor.com, you can copy your reviews from anywhere and put them on Realtor.com. A lot of people don't know this. You can copy your Google reviews. You can copy your Facebook reviews. You can copy your Zillow reviews and put them on Realtor.com in the recommendation section. Instant reputation building on Realtor.com. Facebook reviews, LinkedIn reviews. This is part of how the influencers did it. They built credibility. Build your credibility, leverage your brand. Make sense? Social media, get on social media, leverage your contact database. Here's what Gary said, the world is a changing place. You should just have to be willing to adapt and change. Totally agree. So what do we do at our company? We actually measure, manage, and maximize. That's why I talk about the numbers all the time. We actually measure how you're doing online. If any of you want to know how you're doing, you can go to getyourfreegrade.com and you can get your free grade. Like Credit Karma gives you a credit score, we give you a grade on how you're doing on all of these platforms. So Josh, put the link in there for that, getyourfreegrade.com. And then we manage it. So we've measured Gary Ashton. He had an 82 out of 100. That's how you know the guy's got his stuff dialed in. 82 is pretty high. The average in the industry, anybody can guess what the average is in the industry? Any thoughts? 1 out of 100, the average in the industry. Kim says a 32, pretty close. The average in the industry is a 30. Pretty crazy, right? A lot of people aren't taking care of their digital stuff. I mean, and I get it. Why are we not taking care of it? Well, A, we don't get how we need to do it. B, we don't have time for it. We're so busy. I was in the EXP world the other day, crazy stuff, like as an avatar. I don't know if, you know, like this might be Greek to you right now, but like I was in as a figurine in a virtual world, presenting like I am now to a whole team of EXP agents. And they were getting told like, you got to follow compliance and you got to fill out this paperwork. And when you do this, you got to do that. And when this paperwork and that paperwork, how many people are just like so tired of all the paperwork and all the stuff that goes into doing a deal? Anybody? This is why I didn't get into real estate actually, because I'm not good at this paperwork stuff. Yeah, she's like, oh my God, I hate it. Exactly. So it's like, it's just so overwhelming, right? So when it comes to social media, all this stuff is overwhelming too. What we do here is we grade you and we give you recommendations, but not only that, then we can manage it for you. So we can actually do the whole optimization. We did this for Gary Ashton. Even though he has an amazing marketing team, he said, wow, you guys do even more than my team does. I'm gonna hire you guys. So we actually did all his optimization for him. We set him up on Google, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, Facebook, Zillow, Homes, Realtor.com. And we can even do maximize stuff like social media. But I want to show you what Gary Ashton looks like online so you can have a benchmark in your brain as to what you need to think of, like, what do I need to look like? You all need to have a Google business page. This is the #1 thing. If I Google you, that's how I'm going to see if you're an influencer. What do you think I did to Ivan Estrada? I Googled him. What do you think I do to Ryan Serhant? I Google him. What do you think anybody does to, like even Mary, if she's going to interview somebody, she's going to Google them first. Your customers are going to Google you too. They already are. You can actually look this up. You can find out how many people Google you. Did you know that? You can go to Google and find out how many people Googled your name. Pretty crazy stuff. I know one realtor gets over 500 searches a month. So your reviews need to be there. He has 923. You need at least 25. I'm not saying everybody needs to have 1,000, but just have that benchmark in mind. #2, Facebook page. Have a Facebook page with branding. This is the business page. Have some branding on your personal page too. Make sure your calls to actions are set up. This is the branding that we set up for him. And now we're setting this branding up for 15 of his agents too, because they weren't leveraging the fact that they were on the #1 RE/MAX team in the world. How many people are part of like a big company? Are you leveraging your big company's stats, stuff in your bio? Like how many deals, how many offices you have nationwide or across the West, across Westchester? Are you leveraging all that? There's so much opportunity there, I'm telling you. Put that stuff all over your Facebook. Put that stuff on your Instagram, right? I mean, he mentions #1 RE/MAX team in the world everywhere. LinkedIn, same thing. Have your branding in place there. YouTube, have your branding in place there. Have links to all your social media there. Get a corporate video, right? Get a video from your big company that markets your big company and put it up on your YouTube channel. If you ask, they will give it to you. I've had multiple agents do this. Homes.com, this is what you need to look like on Homes.com. Make sure your service areas are in everywhere. You will not get reach or influence if you're not in all these different profiles, okay? Most of you don't have all of these set up. Anybody see one that they don't have set up? Put it in the chat. Let me know if you're missing YouTube or if you're missing homes.com or you're missing Google. Let me know in the chat. This is what it looks like on realtor.com, on Zillow. I mean, the guy's got 1,160 reviews. He could literally copy all of them and put them on realtor.com. But I'm just showing you what an influencer looks like online so that you can actually set something in your head, like, where do you want to go? For some of you, it's like, man, I'm going to beat Gary Ashton because I'm at Remax too, right? For some of you, it's like, I just want to get 25 reviews. Like, I would be happy. If I had 25 reviews, I'd be like super happy. Awesome. Francisco says homesandrealtor.com. Kim says homesandrealtor.com. Sweet. Yeah, those are pretty common to be missed. Google Business is very common to be missed, and YouTube is common to be missed. So Gary says the key word is team and delegation and surrounding yourself with people who are better than you. That's why he hired us, because we do this stuff. So, I mean, if any of you are thinking, man, I really need help with all of this, this is what we're here for. We're here to help you. I've helped so many people in Westchester. I mean, Mary knows there's so many realtors that have used our service and created amazing online reputation for themselves. This is our team of experts. We have optimization experts that get on 90-minute calls with you one-on-one to help you with all this stuff. We have social media management teams in place. We've got graphic designers. We have a digital business card. We do websites. We have technical people, customer support people. We're a big company. And for those of you who are thinking, hey, I really need help with this. Like, how many people feel like they need help with this? Like, first of all, Alex, yeah, I want to be an influencer, but like, I get it. I can't do it all myself. I just want some help. Can you guys set it all up for me? That's exactly what we do. So if anybody needs help with that, just let me know in the chat. I need help. Just put the words, I need help. Tim says, hell yeah. Prella says, for sure, help is useful. I need help. I need help. Awesome. So this is, I'll just give you the package that we have. This isn't a hard sell or anything. It's just to let you know there is a package out there that we can optimize all your profiles, your Google business, your Facebook business, your Instagram, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, your homes, your realtor, your Zillow. We get on a 90-minute call with you. We brand everything for you, right? We give you some coaching. And then if you want more coaching or more assistance, we have that too. We set up a digital business card for you. Total value is $1980, and we have a package for $897. That's a one-time fee, or we can split it up in 2 payments. If that's something you want help with, just say, I need help with that. Josh can put his calendar link in the chat and his phone number, and you can just text him, and we'll put a link at the end if anybody wants to just say, you know what, I need to do this ASAP. I'll just sign up right now. But anybody who needs a conversation, he can do that. And at the end of the day, I mean, this is why I do what I do, because I know that if all this did was get you one client, would it be worth it? Like with my mom, I just marketed that one property and it got an $80,000 commission check. Now I can't guarantee that, but what I can guarantee is having you set up properly so you have a foundation to start becoming a real estate influencer. Without the foundation, you're kind of not setting yourself up for success. So we want to help you get everything set up first. Now, this is the new thing. Mary doesn't even know about this, but we launched this last month and we've been thinking about this for a year now, and I'm only offering it to 10 people this week. We are doing what we call the Real Estate Influencer Program. And it's for a small monthly fee. I'm actually taking 100 realtors through the journey of like doing all this stuff with them, like me and my team supporting them, how exactly to get the reviews, like get in a Zoom room and start doing it with us. So that's where we hold you accountable, right? Most of you have managers who do not hold you accountable. Let's face it, they kind of let you do whatever you want. But if you want to get the results, you have to have a team that's going to like say, hey, let's do it. Like, let's really get it done. This is what you need to do. Have you done it by this week? I hear Tom Ferry coming out. It's awesome. I'm not the real Tom Ferry. Josh is like Tom Ferry though. And Imelda says, love this presentation. Thank you. What does this include? Do you guys post on social media? So we do have a posting service as well. Hop on a call with Josh. He'd be happy to explain everything to you. But what we say is there's a journey to this. Get your foundation set up. You can't build a house without a foundation. Get your Google set up, get your Facebook set up the right way, get your Instagram, get your YouTube, get your LinkedIn, your homes, your realtor, your Zillow. Now you've got the foundation. Then you decide where you want to grow. If you want to grow in reviews, we've got things like a digital card that helps you get reviews. If you want to grow on social, we can do the postings for you on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. That's a service called Done For You. You want to get more leads from Google, we have Google local service ads. But besides all of that, what I see is missing in the industry is somebody that kind of coaches you through every month and tracks where you're going, how are you doing, where are you stuck? And then says, hey, we got a Zoom room happening on Thursday. Jump in and let's talk about your problems and show you how to get those reviews copied over. Let's show you how to ask for those reviews. Because a lot of you, I think, get stuck when we say do it. And then you're like, but how, Alex? What's the best way? I don't want to waste a lot of time. I don't want to go watch 20 YouTube videos to figure it out. Just show me, like, what do I got to do? So that's what we want to do. We want to show you, this is where you click this, send this message, request it from 20 people, and let's get results today. So we're calling that the influencer program. And this is where we put our whole team together to support you all. And the bonus just for you all today is I'm offering this for 10 people. So if 10 people are really interested, this is where I only work with the action takers. If you're like, man, I just want to do it this year. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of watching all these people do amazing on social media, getting leads from Facebook. I'm tired of that agent in my office that says, oh yeah, I just got another lead from Facebook. You know, I just got another lead from Instagram. You're tired of all that and you're like, I just want to get some of that action. That's where we can help you. So what we do is first we set up your optimization. I give you all kinds of guidebooks, worksheets, and things to follow, but that's a lot of reading for you. That's just like a bonus. Here's where it gets sexy. We bring you into a Zoom room and you get served like one-on-one in a group setting. Like you show up, you raise your hand and say, I need help right now on copying reviews. And we do it right on the call. So we have that weekly call. We have a VIP support room that we join with you, because what we've seen is a lot of companies don't provide that kind of support to you all. And you need that in order to make the advances. We show you how to get these Google reviews. We show you how to add your products to Google Business. Most of you don't even know this, but you can add your listings to Google Business. We show you exactly how to do it. It's a piece of cake. It's just nobody's really talking about it. We show you how to get the reviews on realtor.com. And then we show you how to grow your social, right? How to set targets, how to get techniques, how to get tools, and how to really discover people. Because on these Zooms, I don't have enough time to do it. So when we do these private Zooms, we're able to work with like 10 people, 20 people at a time and work them right through it. What about Reels? Reels is where we're seeing a lot of action. We're going to teach you how to do Reels. This Reel got 11,000 views on it. Would you like your listings to get 11,000 views and tell your seller you just did a Reel for them and it got a ton of views? This is the kind of stuff we've been doing for our clients. LinkedIn. Most of you are not leveraging LinkedIn. We want to make sure you are. You can upload your contact database to LinkedIn. YouTube, having YouTube videos and what to get. Like, you don't see this right now, but I'm going to show you. You see this background I have right here? That's just an image. I have a green screen that costs $100 and I pull it, 150 bucks, this one. I pull it up and pull it up behind me. So it doesn't have to sit there all the time. Right? I mean, we're on so many Zoom calls and you're probably on Zoom calls with clients too. You could have a sweet little backdrop, some lights, which lights to get. I'm not saying you need all this, but we tell you all the things that you would need to actually get the job done. We show you how to do the YouTube videos. We give you the structure for that. And at the end of the day, information alone never helped anyone. So, I mean, I want to help those that want to be helped. I'm not going to convince anybody that says I don't want to be helped. But if you know that you're like, listen, Alex, everything you're talking about right now makes total sense to me. I want to do this. I need help. This is where we can help you cross the bridge. We'll help you to become a social media influencer. We'll help you get set up. Yeah, like Noreen says, you optimized me last year and I have the Instacart. Noreen, that's perfect. You can step right into the influencer program. You don't need to, you already did the setup package of $897. So for you, it's just going to be $97 a month. This program is $97 a month. Can you believe it? Yes, that affordable, and you can cancel anytime. So I don't even want people that are going to come for a month and try it out and leave. If you're in for it, go for it, right? And if you don't see the value, you can leave. No problem. No hard feelings. I know there's so much value in here that's why we built it that way. What we're doing on this program is once we've set you up, we're going to give you 2 live monthly coaching calls with our speakers. You're going to get early access to all the expert webinars that we're doing with all these top influencers. You're going to get access to a video library with all kinds of trainings. You're going to have a private Facebook community where you get to ask questions. We're very interactive in there because it's a smaller group, so we can really be hands-on. All the ebooks, worksheets, checklists, reputation building classrooms, right? So a Zoom room where we're going to help you get reviews on all these platforms. A customizable social media content calendar. We're going to give you 30 posts that you can use every month. Pretty crazy. We're going to do branding flyers, email signatures. We built an email signature that works with your digital card that you're going to love. And we're going to give you VIP support and access to open Zoom classrooms. So Kim says, I want to be in the influencer. Noreen, what's next? This is what it is. So, I mean, for those of you that haven't done the original optimization with us, it's a one-time of $897. And then if you want to be in the program, it's $97 a month. Those are exclusive. You could do one or you could do both. But if this is something that you really want to go for, I'm telling you, this is the program. There is no program like this right now. We just went all in on this. And because we believe that this is the next thing. Ivan Estrada said it best. You need to show up. Not just at the open houses, not just like in real estate. You need to show up online. And that's what's making the difference for people in 2021, 2022, and 2023 is who shows up more, who has more influence is going to win more listings. You've probably seen it on Tom Ferry stuff. You've seen it through Grant Cardone, all these people, they're talking about it. And you really just have to pull the trigger on it and do it at this point. And I've been in the industry for 21 years. It's the same advice I'd give my mom right now. I would be doing videos with my mom on YouTube right now if she was still selling real estate. There's no question. And she would crush it because she's authentic. She's a human being and people want to connect with her, right? She did so well in real estate because she connected. Most of you are so connected, but not enough people know about you. Or, and here's a real tip for you, you're on social media, but you're too shy to post. So here's your trick, biggest trick in the world. Comment on your clients' posts. At least they'll know you're there. You don't want to show up? You don't want to put your face out? Great. I mean, not great, but okay. Comment on their stuff so that you know, they know you're watching and you are top of mind when they're thinking of who to use as a realtor. But don't not comment and don't not show up or you're going to disappear and other realtors are going to win the listing. Tim says, my mom is the same, Rand legend. There you go. So you suggest this for starting out agents? Yes, I absolutely suggest it because honestly, if I had my way, the Department of State should have this as a requirement. If I was to, any manager who sets up their agent and says, go sell real estate and says, don't set up your Google, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your realtor.com, your homes.com, really? And then you go out to get that, you finally got that listing appointment, right? Your first one, and you go out and they go, well, I just Googled you. Who are you? Where are you? What are you going to do for my property? You can't even market yourself, right? You got to have that foundation set. So yes, it works for brand new agents, works for other agents. Josh, if you want to drop the link to the 897 package for those that are interested in signing up, I'll answer any questions as well. But in order to be in the influencer program, you do have to go through the setup. Either you're a pre-existing client or not. It's not open to the world because I got to make sure that you have the foundation to build on it.
Yeah, I had that ready to post. I saw those action takers in the chat, like ready to go. So I want to commend you guys also, whoever put their outcomes in there. I mean, that really does work. I mean, you putting that in writing, that's awesome. I just commend you guys on that, that setting those outcomes out there in the world is a great start. And this is a great way to get your foundation built. And even like Sirhan and everybody is saying branding. Ryan's got his own program he's launching to help agents, get their branding solid. So getting branded in all these platforms is like a great start. Getting your foundation set up is a great start, because you never know when you get Googled by potential clients, which platform they're going to look at first and which one is their go-to. They might go to Zillow first, or Realtor, Facebook. So having your branding consistent and solid across all of this is, you got to get that done first before you do anything else.
And what I want to do, because I got 13 minutes left, I finished 12 minutes left early. I'm going to make this real. I want to take somebody who's in the crowd right now, who feels like they're doing pretty good on all this. And Noreen will, if you're already a client, Josh will reach out and just directly message you the influencer link. Josh, you got that for Noreen? I want to take somebody in the crowd who feels like they're pretty good on social media, pretty good. And I'm going to give you live feedback so everybody else can see what it looks like for somebody for real in this group, not a Ryan Sirhan, right? So Noreen was quick. She's like, me. Mary says, me. Let's do it. Let's do it like this. Put your cell phone number and Google me in the chat if you want me to Google you. And I'm going to Google somebody live right now. All right, so let's take over here Susan Ramsay. I'll do Susan. If I get a chance, I'm going to do Noreen too. Susan Ramsay, filter. Okay, so Susan Ramsay, I just Googled you, right? Whether I Google you with the word realtor or not, this is what your customers more or less would be doing. And I can see that you're at, what company are you with? Let's see here. So first thing I see is your LinkedIn. I don't see a Google business for you. Do you have a Google business? Let's see if I can bring Susan on here. Susan. No, I can't do it. Susan Ramsay. So let me know if you have a Google business, yes or no. But that's the first thing that we'd want to see for Susan is her Google business. What a good Google business looks like is this. I put Linda Skolnik and boom, her photo shows up, her reviews show up, her properties show up. Imagine a customer sees this versus seeing nothing. What's the difference, right? Big difference. That's the first thing. Clear? Next thing for Susan Ramsay, here's her LinkedIn. So her LinkedIn, she's got a good headshot here, but she has no branding. She's at Coldwell Banker. So she could have a beautiful branded image like Linda Skolnik does, branding Coldwell Banker. So Susan, she got booted off. She's back. Just let you know. So you're at BHHS. Yeah, so notice a lot of people have this. You worked at a company previously, you haven't updated your information everywhere. We want to make sure we leverage. BHHS is amazing. We're a partner with them. There's so much to work with at BHHS. You want to have that in your branding. For all of you, you want to have whatever you can leverage in your branding. You want to have your bio here. You want to have like a nice branded image with your phone number here. What does that look like? I'll show you over here, Linda Skolnik. Linda Skolnik, LinkedIn. We're seeing my screen, right, Josh? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Here's a good branded Coldwell Banker agent, right? Linda Skolnik, licensed, ranked #2 realtor in the world, top 2% of realtors worldwide. This is the kind of stuff that you want, right? Also, Susan's saying that's not even her. See, that's another thing. It's like, if you're not diversified influence, other realtors with the same name can show up above you. You don't want that to happen. So let me go back to Susan for a second. Susan Ramsay, Susan Ramsay. Realtor. And you're with BHHS, let's see if it comes up like that. So here's your realtor.com. This is the default image, everybody, for realtor.com. If you see this on your realtor.com, this is the default image, kind of dreary. I don't know why they picked this dreary image, but you want your headshot here, Susan. You want a background image here. You want your service areas, your bio. This is the kind of stuff that you need to put in here. This is the stuff that we do for our clients when they do the optimization. She's got her Berkshire office page on there. But yeah, you don't have a lot of search results, Susan. See, that's why it's tough for me to find stuff for you. So, I mean, that's the foundation that's missing. I mean, when we take Linda Skolnik, for example, who we optimized, look what she has. Her Google business, her website, her realtor, her Facebook, her Coldwell Banker, her Zillow, her LinkedIn, her Instagram. That's what you all need to look like when your customers Google you. And how many people Google their customers, right? Probably Google your customers. Is that good feedback? Susan, let me know, what's the biggest takeaway you have for yourself right there?
Yeah, Alex, and that's one of the biggest values I hear agents give me a response on, is just that all that search engine optimization we do for them on the back end for those platforms to show up on page 1 of Google, and just being searchable everywhere on Google is just an awesome value in our package that I hear all the time.
And here's a perfect example, like Noreen and Wayne, they've been through our optimization. So I just Googled Noreen and Wayne, boom, here they are, William Ravis Real Estate, 17 Google reviews, right? They got their nice branded image here. You go to their realtor.com, we got branding over here too. They got recommendations, they got reviews, they got their bio, their service areas. Everybody, I'm telling you, if you don't have your service areas, you won't even show up on realtor.com when somebody searches for a realtor in your area. Like, you literally won't even show up. It's crazy. Facebook. Oops, let's go back. Here's Facebook, right? Consistent branding, consistent digital diversified influence is key, everybody. Your customers Google you, you want to show up everywhere. She's got her homes.com set up. Got Zillow. Homes.com, Noreen and Wayne, I just noticed Better Homes and Gardens got in there somehow. We got to make sure that homes.com gets an update that you switch brand.
Alex, I just put the split payment option for the digital 8-site optimization in the chat as well. If anyone wants to do the 2 payment option, you lose the discount a little bit for HGAR, but it enables you to break it up into 2 payments and get your onboarding calls scheduled. So that's important, guys. If you're looking at registering, after you put your payment info in, wait for that page to come up so we can get your calendar, the open calendar for our coaches, and get on there that 90-minute Zoom, get that scheduled.
You can see, like, you see the difference between Susan, who hasn't been through an optimization, and Noreen and Wayne. Everybody see the difference? Like, this is where you kind of want to be. You want to have your foundation set up. So if that's something you want help with, you know, you don't have to sign up for the 97 a month. You can just do the optimization piece. But if I have 10 spots available for the 97 program too. So sign up for the package. When you click on that link, I'll just show you how it works. You click on the link, it'll take you to this page. It'll tell you everything that's included. Just the 90-minute call is amazing. I'm telling you, you should read our reviews on Google. Our coaches sit with you. They'll go through everything. The branding package we create, you get to keep that in addition to what we set up. If you have some of these profiles set up, we go and optimize them. We double check everything. We get rid of duplicates. So if you had 2 LinkedIn, we'll merge them. If you had 2 Facebook pages, we'll delete the one that's not good. So at the end, you just have one of each looking consistent. So that's the package there of $897. We give you a digital business card to try for free for 30 days, just to see if you like it. After that, it's $15 a month if you want it. A lot of people love it. And once you sign up for this, you'll have the opportunity to book a call, your 90-minute call with your coach. For those of you that signed up, I'll just see who did. And make sure that you schedule your call with your coach. So we had Angelica that signed up. Make sure you schedule your call with your coach. And for Noreen on the influencer, make sure that you fill in your onboarding form, and then giving anybody who comes into the influencer program a free 15-minute call with me as well to kind of set up your goals, because I want to make sure you have good goals set for the year. And if anybody has questions or just wants a phone call from Josh, drop your cell phone number in the chat. But I'd love to know, what's your biggest takeaway today? Let me know in the chat. Was this valuable? Give me a grade 1 through 10. I'm sure Mary's going to send out a feedback form, but this is really the foundation for you all. And in order for you to be a real estate influencer, you got to think diversified influence. You have to think showing up on video. You have to think getting those 25 reviews on Google, building your contact database, connecting your contact database to your social media, right? Those are all the pieces. For those of you that use a simple spreadsheet, put your contacts in the spreadsheet and create a column for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, because you probably have a column for postcard, email, text message. Add those and start connecting with those people on those different platforms. Kim says it's doable. That's what she got. That's awesome. Susan says, I learned a lot. I need the help, LOL. Prella says, good info. People are putting their cell phones in. Awesome. Susan says, I'm doing my best, but I'm not tech savvy. I hear you, Susan. I mean, that's where we come in and help the most. So Edward just signed up. Edward, just make sure that you put in your, you schedule your call with your coach. Let us know that you did that. Renee says, biggest takeaway, delegate and cut time to efficiency. Absolutely. I'll tell you, I just had a meeting with my coach on Monday night, and I took my entire calendar and looked at all the things I was doing. And I was like, oh, it's awesome. I'm not doing everything anymore. I'm doing the most important stuff. And my coach goes, you don't need to do that. Can somebody else do that? And I go, oh yeah. And I was holding on to it. Like, no, I need to do it. Nobody else can do it like me. It's like, all right, just give it away. And I'm so much more freed up this week. It's insane. Right. And I know for a lot of you, it's like, well, I don't have the money to hire an assistant. So don't hire an assistant. Go on Fiverr, get somebody for like $15 to do something for you, right? It's one thing taken away from your plate so that you can focus on your clients, focus on building your business, actually have some time to think, maybe have some time to go to the gym, because the real estate industry is stressful. I know it. My whole family lived it. It's insane. It's like 24/7 weekends. So if we can help anyway, reach out to us, send us an email at hello@realgrader.com with any questions. Oh, one last thing, really important. I created this, Mary, and I think you're gonna love it. Give me 1 second. I'll give this to everybody as well. All the videos that I've ever done with the HGAR, I put them in one place, Mary, so that they could just go watch them on your YouTube channel. But like, I gave them a one central page to do it. So let me just share this really quick. HGAR. You see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
I made this page and I put here the latest HGAR episode. So I did a 1 hour webinar with Mary on Google secrets. I did a 1 hour webinar on Instagram. I did the 9 secrets to technology, social media secrets, TikTok secrets. We did 2 classes on TikTok, I realized. We did 1 on YouTube. So these are just 7 of the classes I found. And these are all the direct links right to the YouTube video back on Mary's page. So
one thing I'm telling other managers right now,
I want to make it like really easy for them to access it.
So they just tell them, Alex, again, how they just go to your website and
yeah, I'll put the link in the chat. I actually made it even easier. I just did realgradertraining.com/HGAR.
okay.
Everybody, I'll put it for everybody.
And I just want everyone.
That's free training. Those are 7 1-hour videos, 1 on each subject that Mary and I did. They're amazing. Like, I mean, a lot of people watch them. And those are all free for you all to learn on.
And we are recording today's session as well. And we should have that to you hopefully by this afternoon or tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
Great. Let me just see if anybody else has any more questions. Somebody's asking where your mom was an agent.
She was so she started in Forest Hills, and then she worked in Lynx Realty in Roslyn. Then she did Prudential back when Prudential existed. And then she worked for Bridget Green at Kew Gardens. But she did most of her real estate on Long Island, sold a lot of homes in like Westbury, Old Westbury, Glen Cove, Glen Head, Manhasset, those kind of areas.
Great. Okay, well, Alex, once again, great presentation and a lot of information here that people can go back and review. I really liked your three steps that you have to take, and I was writing down notes for myself too. But thank you everyone for joining, and we will have the video out to you hopefully later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. And Alex, I just wanted to ask you if you could just hang out for a little bit after everyone leaves. I just had a couple questions for you.
Sure, you got it.
Okay. Okay. All right, everyone, thank you so much, and go out and have a wonderful day. And we will see you soon. Just check your emails for the next upcoming. We've got a couple of more Breakfast with Benefits coming up, and then Alex will be back with us next month with another topic. Great.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That was great, Alex. That was really, really informative.
Thanks.
Because you know what, until you write stuff down, it it goes out of your mind. So I'm sitting here like scribbling stuff down too.
I know. Me too. I get all these amazing ideas and then I don't write them down. And I'm like, they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Or, wake up in the middle of the night and I'll think of it and have to write it down.
And I got to tell somebody. If I don't tell somebody too, writing it down is good, but then it ends up.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just call somebody and I'm like, okay, we have to have a meeting about this. Set up a meeting.
Right. I'm just waiting till we just have a few more people here. I'm just holding this open because I had to ask Alex a couple questions. So.
Edward, congratulations on signing up. Just make sure that you book your call with your success coach if you haven't done that yet. And then look out for an email that'll be an onboarding email. It'll ask you some questions. Should come from hello@realgrader.com. Awesome.
Thank you, everyone. We still have some people on here. Oh, great.
Awesome.
Good.
If you want to get booked any earlier, Edward, let us know. Just send an email to hello@realgrader.com. I don't know if that was the earliest date or you chose that, but we do get openings because realtors cancel all the time on they need to rebook because they have a closing. So you can get on like a list to come in sooner if you need.
Alex, do you have another appointment? I don't want to hold you up. I just had a couple of quick questions for you. Okay.
I think I'm good. Let me see. 30.
Somebody's asking a question about what's the earliest date.
We have a waiting list. So Edward, just send an email to hello@realgrader.com and just say, hey, I signed up and can I be put on a waiting list for an earlier date? I got about 8 minutes, Mary.
Okay. Can everyone just log off because I just had a quick quick question for Alex before he goes. Thanks. Okay. There's just a couple people. Okay. Okay, great. No, we don't have any more people here. I just had two quick questions for you. One was, I think you had said you were interested in doing a sponsorship for our installation. That I had sent you information. You said that you wanted to take a look at it. I just wanted to follow up with you about that.
When is that?
It's March 1st. We had to postpone it. It was going to be January, but now it's March 1st.
And
I'll
it's
send
a
you.
live event or what?
It's a live event. Yeah.
Okay.
And you get, I don't know whether you're going to be up in New York, you get a ticket to the event with your sponsorship level.
Okay.
I'll send it.
Send me the info again. Try to include Katerina because I get so
Okay.
lately that my assistant's
Okay.
helping me out.
And then the other thing was you had said about Ryan Serhant that
Yeah.
he's starting his own metaverse.
He just announced it 2 days ago. It's called Universe
Hmm.
without an E, just like Universe.
UNIVERS. Okay.
Yeah. I can hook you up. I can do I think I did an email intro once before to Ryan Coyne, to you, to you and Kathleen, because they wanted to like expand it to Westchester.
Oh, okay.
But I can re-intro you. I just interviewed him and we had like a whole 30-minute discussion about the metaverse. It was amazing.
Is that's Ryan Coyne or Ryan Serhant?
Ryan Coyne is the CTO for Ryan Serhant. Ryan Serhant won't get on a call because I mean he's
Right.
$25K for an hour.
Oh God, yeah.
But Ryan Coyne is his CTO and he knows everything about
What's CTO? Chief Technical Officer?
Chief Technology Officer.
Okay. And this is specifically it's for all real estate agents?
So he's building a universe, I believe, for his like training. Like he's creating classrooms and courses in there that agents can go in and learn. Yeah, for any agent.
Okay, let me just check with my editor on that because I have this story. I spoke with somebody from EXP Realty.
Yeah.
And I actually they sent me all these really great pictures, like not pictures, the JPEGs of all their different rooms and stuff. And so I'm actually today at 12 o'clock, I'm going to a press conference with that company Republic Realm, and they just spent like $4 million for a plot in the Sandbox. And then I reached out to the Sandbox people. So I have to see how much room, because I don't like my stories to be real long, but maybe I can do something down the road when that gets, more established, then I can revisit that. Because I think that would probably warrant like its own story rather than me shoving it into this story.
There you go.
But,
okay, cool.
Okay. All right. That was it. Thanks so much.
So should I do the intro or wait? So I'll wait for you before I ask him, right?
Yeah.
You got it.
And I'll send you the information again about the installation. All righty.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex. And I'll send you the recording too when it's ready.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.